Okay, hi. Hi, good morning, Dipanshu. Hello, Dipanshu, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello.
Uh, Hi, good morning.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Dipanshu. I see you are on mute. We can't hear you if you are speaking. Hello, Dipanshu.
He looks to be on mute.
Yeah, let's wait for them. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Dipanshu, in case you're on mute, can you just unmute yourself? We cannot hear you actually. Are you facing any issue? Looks looks Dipanshu has joined, but he is unable to talk, or I'm not sure what happening with this. Well, let me call him 1 minute. Yeah, hi. Hi, Chandra. We can start the meeting. He's anyways listening, it seems.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. We can start. Yeah. Just give a recap of this one, and then we can.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so that it will be helpful for Manoj also.
Let me know once you see my screen.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So good morning, everyone. So in today's class, we will be discussing about the uh, yesterday we have discussed the connections, the uh, just overview on user creation, and then um, the connections with respect to the we have three types of connections in with respect to the information steward. First one is the data profiling. Second one is for failure data, and third one is data review. Like we don't use much for the data review, so we have created for data profiling like two databases. For failed data, we have created one database, because whenever we try to create rules and we try to execute them, the failed data has to be gets captured somewhere, because we have this option called we will be selecting the database. So for that reason, we have selected a database also. So we have created three databases, and then all these activities were captured in CMC. So that is nothing but the admin activities, so which we have covered over there also. uh, I think Dipanshu is on mute, right? So like any doubts, like Dipanshu? Okay. No issues. Like I think he's having some connectivity issues. So that is about what to say about the yesterday activities, Manoj. So did you got a chance to see the video? I don't think so, right?
No, I didn't get the video.
Okay, Kumar, like we are sharing the videos, right?
Yeah, I have shared the video.
You shared the video.
Yeah, Manoj, you haven't received it, is it?
No, I didn't receive it. Maybe you can resend it if you have time.
Oh, is it? I have sent you email actually, like how I did normally. Na? Every day I used to send mm, email.
Okay, okay. No, you
Can
send
you
it
just,
back. I will check it.
So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
sorry?
No, no,
you
no,
can go ahead.
yeah. So once this one is done, right, we have
Yes.
like two types. First one is like creation of the connections, which is done, and then second one we have to, what to say, get the data into the IS project area. So first part is how much important. The second part is also like it's really what to say important for us. Why? Because when what happens is, like whenever we try to do some type of connectivities, uh Manoj, just try to see the yesterday's video, because what happens is we have covered like a lot of topics actually. So why we use data profiling, why we go for IS profiling, and one more thing also we have created is the file formats. We have created these one also. So on what purpose we'll be going for the data profiling, on what purpose we'll go for the data failure data, and what purpose we'll be going for the for the data reviews. And apart from this one, we have types of connectivity also, whether it is a SAP application, or whether it is an integrator, or also whether it is a database connection. We have like different options. So we have mentioned each and everything, like when we'll be going for the SAP connections, and what is an integrator, what is the purpose of that integrator, what happens when we run an integrator in the backend. So these type of things which we have done, we have explained in the previous class. Just try to see that one. So once after this one, we went to directly into the from CMC to the IS, and we started loading the tables actually. So these are nothing but the connections which we have created in the CMC. And to get those information, we will be click on the plus symbol. And if you know the tables names, we'll go directly to the table names. Else we'll go to the tables. If you see on the left side, these are nothing but the connections which you have created. In case like normally the admin people will be creating. And if you click on single connection, it will show you two types of data. The first one is the external metadata, and the next one is the imported metadata. Same like in the BODs also. These are nothing but the tables information. These are nothing but the data which are available in the information steward with respect to these projects. So you know, right? Once you click on this one, okay, I think we don't have any data. So if you have any data, we have this drill down option. So if any schemas are maintaining, that schema information is also available. If you just again drill down, you can see the list of tables which are available. So if you click on imported metadata, the tables which you have done yesterday, you can see it here. We just took some sample tables and all the information with respect to each other is available here. So we have different options here. So we have this add to project. How this add to project works is you have to click on external metadata, select any tables which you want to do. Just select this one. Click on add to project. What happens? It automatically moves into the information steward workspace area. So what is this one? Which is nothing but a view data to make sure like if the table has some, it is nothing but a data preview concept. It will help us to see any data is available with respect to this particular table. At least like, so they might be asked like, what is the size when you want to see the preview of the data is nothing but 500 records. The max we can see, we cannot see more than 500 records as a data preview. So re-import is nothing but whenever we try to uh, re-import the table in case of any structural changes, we will go for this option. We have show usage. Show usage is very important. Why? Because whenever you try to delete a table, you cannot delete it directly from the information steward. So instead of that, how can we do? Because if a single table is used in multiple projects, because end of the day we use the same connections in a different projects, right? So same way, uh, this is like kind of like a heads up, like you cannot delete a table directly, because whenever let's take off this one. This one is not coming. Okay, so whenever okay, let me see it here. So I've selected this one and I'm clicking on show usage. So by default, this customer table is available in project_is_training. So in that, if it is used for like profiling or else like rules or else for the task or else for the views, so all this information can be seen here. So what we have to do, we have to select on each thing. We have to click on delete option. So everything like once you drill down, if you don't see anything, then only we can able to delete a table from the information steward. That is like a normal procedure we will be following while deleting the procedure. Because if any dependency is there, the information steward will not makes to delete this one. So it should be like an independent, not depending on any other projects. Clear?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So yesterday we have taken this prj_sql_db. Today we will try to take one more one, which is nothing but the files. So yesterday we took the tables, so today we'll take the files. So files also same. On the left side, we can see the tables, the connections information, different file folders which we have created. Once you click on this one, it will show us the files which are available in this one. You can see, right? So many are there. So we have to select which is available, which is ours. So one second. So we took this book. Oh, sorry. Before this, I have to go to the file formats. It's an Excel file. So file format. If it is Excel, normally if it is a flat file, we'll keep on FF. So if it is Excel, we'll keep test data. Hmm. So once it is done, we have different concepts here. The first one is the worksheet name. So how data can be accessed. So even in the BODs also we have this name range, worksheet index, worksheet name, first row content, field names, right? So same way here also we have this type of information. So by default we'll be selecting the worksheet name. And if the first row contains field names, obviously we'll select this option, and we have this more options. So before seeing this information here, we have to click on view sample data. So it will give us more understanding, like on the on the data insert, you see, right? We have the columns information on the top. So after this, we have to click on propose schema. So what happens is, see, it will ask us a pop-up. Importing schema will delete the existing what do you say, existing field definitions. Would you like to continue? We have to click on OK. So you have seen, right? By default, it has taken these values. And then in case if you want to change the data type, if it is not up to the mark, you can just drop down. So we have this option called like more options. So once it is done, we can save the options. We'll just go to the more options. So you can, how the data sheet can be accessed and what is the worksheet name. Like if there is any other sheets which are available in this one, you can see it here. And then we have this range, on which range you want to see the data. We have this option also, the skip row header, and we have the code page option also in case if you're using some different options. So IS also able to accept the code page information. So once it is done, we'll click on save. So as we have not made any changes, click on save. Okay, under Excel files, now we can see Excel underscore test underscore data. So before getting the tables into the workspace home, first we have to declare the format of that one based on the path. Then only we can able to access that particular file format, and then we can able to extract this particular table into the IS. So click on the project file connection. So book one we have right now. If you select drop down, whatever the format which you have created it, Excel test data. So that is available here. Now you understood the process why we have created that Excel test data, because we cannot access the table directly, the file from here. So that is the reason we'll go to the particular flat format tab. First, we'll create the which format this data has, and where we have this option called to see the preview of this one. So once it is done, we'll just select this one. So now you see, right? We have this checkbox option. It will get enabled. So if you drop down, you can see the columns information and the data types. Now we will click on add to project. Any doubts still here? Are we clear?
Yeah, actually, on query,
Sure.
like suppose if you have BSEC table in the SAP,
Okay.
it's a huge volume of the data, correct, right? Can I import that data into directly here? Any possible?
Yes. See, it will be totally depends on the memory and the RAM, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously you can. Yes, it will not be any, I think, issue for us. But only thing is like it will take a little bit more time than we expect.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
One more doubt.
Yes, Dipanshu.
Yeah. So my doubt is, as we have seen in boards, we have option of working on different cache memories, which optimizes the performance of the transformation or whatever we are doing. So do we have a similar option in this? Because considering the data, do we have the flexibility to decide that where it will run, system cache memory or IS cache memory, or how is that? Any insight on that?
Nothing like with respect to this cache memory. The only thing is like it will allocate the memory with respect to the job server, and it will start executing.
Okay. So is there any dependency on this system? Let's talk. This is the remote server. So is there any dependency on the machine's configuration in this case?
Obviously, right? On which the server is the BODC is got installed, and based on their performance and based on their availability of the memory, because server is not just a single thing, right? It has a lot of other things to be get triggered. So in case if it is really occupied, obviously the job ID which is been assigned in the backend for the admin level, right? So it will take some time, or else like the server will try to allocate a little bit more process threads so that the execution of it will get smooth in way. So that I think that will take care by the server actually.
Okay.
So these days I think the infrastructure, right, compared to the previous, like I have seen like they are taking 64 gigabytes of RAM actually. So at least they are maintaining couple of TBs of data to make sure like the because they are understanding these days, right, the data is coming little bit more like in the past couple of years, if they see there is a lot of change in the data actually. So that is the reason if you take any social media or anywhere, the consumption of data has been like very huge these days. So that's why people are coming with the upgraded infrastructure. Even Google also announced they have like their 3 core services in like Singapore, or they have been recently updated with some petabytes of memory.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, based on the inputs, obviously they will try to upgrade themselves. Same with any technology. That is what I'm just trying to say.
Understood.
Yeah, and one more query, sorry. This one, IS will accept only database and connection,
No,
and Excel.
S
Yeah,
S
what?
SAP also.
Oh, sorry.
SAP also it will accept.
Yeah, SAP also accepted an application layer. Flat file like Excel and text file. These are the things you will accept. Other than that, what are the file format you will accept?
.txt, .csv, Excel.
Okay.
They said XML also, but I'm not sure. Like it is like updated, upgraded to that one. But I heard, but we never got a chance to see on the XML actually. So I will check and I will get back to you if it is like supporting on this one.
Like a JSON file kind of things will accept it.
I don't think so. Like I don't want to give you false promises. Like I will just check and I will confirm you.
Yeah, no issue, no issue. I'm just curiosity. I'm asking. I'm just. I said right that DI and IS. I'm comparing it like. So that's the reason I asked. They will accept the JSON file. So that's the reason I asked. It's a good day. Okay, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, Chandra. Yeah, that's all from.
Yeah. So the mainly we will be like we said, right, compared to the other tabs like the metadata management. Yeah, and I think now the connections which you have created in this one, right? So all the connections now you can see, right? We can see all this information actually, which we have created, the DB connection, the project underscore IS underscore SQL underscore DB, the project underscore IS underscore CP. Now you see, right? We have seen the connection type, we have seen the server name, and we can see the what is the database name which we are considering in this one. So in case if it is Oracle, normally we do maintain a lot of schemas. So in SQL for now we are maintaining only one schema, right? So all this information will be there. So I will just click on tables. So it will give us all the list of tables which are available actually. So we have like a lot of customer tables and all this information. I will just, okay. So we can see all this information. So I'll just go back. So in case if any SAP connections, so that SAP connections information also we can able to see. Okay, I have created this like as an example. So as we are discussing, right, the Metapedia on that day. So Metapedia is nothing but the general definition is nothing but business glossary. So what is meant by business glossary is nothing but declaring the business terms with business definitions actually, in a simple words we can say. So let's take an example of so many like in migration we have like in this project if we are doing like 20 objects. So what we try to do is, so first we'll try to categorize them. Okay, first we'll try to categorize all the 20 objects here. So how to create is like just click on here. So if you click on here, it automatically goes into the new category. So like for tomorrow, I will try to delete all of them so that we can discuss the fresh terms actually. So once like the categories is designed, here we will be declaring all the terms. So all the terms has been created with respect to their own associate objects, all this information. So once it is done, we will be segregating them to this particular objects, so that as I said, right, whenever the business people log in into the information steward, the first point will be like Metapedia only. So once they go into the Metapedia, based on their objects, they will just click, so that the related terms which are associated to this object will be seen here. It will help us to see, okay, they can understand how many tables are being used. I will just open this one. So here you can see, right? Okay, I will show it in normal way. So this is like the object name and the description. So once it is done for a object and for the rules and for the Metapedia terms. So we have this concept called approver, observer, any names to be done, because these will be like what we say kind of a key data domain, and this will be the face for them. So whatever they try to do, they will be doing it here. So that is the reason we have a observer, we have a approver. So approver will see if the information provided from them is up to the mark or not, kind of a lead he is. So he will check each and every information. So once it is done, then only he can able to approve this one. So you see, right, when we click on submit approval, it automatically goes to the work list. So there they will check this information. If it is fine and the data set or the information which they are providing is fine, then they will make it a approval, so that it can be what happens when we click on approval is, you see, right, actions option. So these options will be disabled actually. So once we click on approval, these options will be enabled. And what happens is this option is, you see, right, associate with objects. So whatever the tables which you have created, whatever like created in the sense which you have imported into the business area, into the information steward, that information followed by the tables, followed by the views, followed by the rules, followed by the task, followed by the scorecards. So all this information we can able to associate here. It means like he no need to go to the data insight, he no need to go to the metadata management, he no need to go to the any other information. So just it will be like kind of a single point of contact for them. So that is about this one. This is nothing but just an overview for this one. Just I was just going one by one tab. So any doubts like till now?
No.
Yeah,
So,
you know what we have done, we create a connection and yeah, but I'm a bit confused now.
mhm,
Now what we have done it, we created a flat. I mean, we already created the project and the connection yesterday. We created a connection
mhm.
from the table. We brought the table into the project level. Is it correct?
Yes. So we have brought the Excel, and then now we will try to get one notepad also. So .txt.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure.
So I'm just following the same process which we used for the Excel also. So here we have this option. So what is this delimited? So in this case, we are maintaining space. So let me cross check.
It's a tab.
Yeah, I'm just checking that one. Okay, so you can see, right, we have here 4 options actually. So normally once we import this information, normally what happens is every time we run this view, right? So customer or the business is asking, we need the time information. So normally we used to create in the BODs, right? So same way. So when we click on this insert right, it will come field 0. So we have just given it as date underscore time. It will be date time or else date. So once we get it, so format, any format are is especially expecting. So whether it is this type of information or else this type of information, you can mention it. So I've just given this one. So once it is done, if you want to give any field description, okay. And after this, you came to know this working area or this customer country is not up to the mark, means like it is showing in the very down. So you can select this option and you have this, see, right, move up, 1, 2, 3. Or else if you move it down, you can make it move down. It is little bit slow, and to make sure that activity has to be done, you have to click it here, click to select, and you can remove it also. Once it is done, click on save. Make sure like we have to remember the flat file format names. Why? Because initially it will be fine for us, but when we keep on creating, right, it will be really difficult for us to understand what type of file format we are using for which type of data. Files. So we have Okay, this option is nothing but in case if you are doing some activity and it is not getting refreshed, so we have this option actually. So if you want to totally workspace as refresh or else only the profile results, anything you can select. If you select the profile results, right, whatever the profile activities which you are doing, right, it automatically gets refreshed. So there will be sometimes some lag actually. So that is the reason they have mentioned this option to make sure like everything will be getting updated. Clear? Any points? Like any questions for you?
Yeah, actually, I good with that Excel and this one. Sorry, yesterday I was not there. I have one query. Like for the database connection, we are using CMC, right? Is it correct?
Yes.
Why that kind of functionality instead of creating CMC? I mean, CMC will have access only limited number of people, like basis guys only. Whereas here, flat file and Excel file, we ourselves we can able to create it. Oh, is there any idea why that SAP?
Very simple. If you see the difference between the data services and information steward, the starting data class which I took, right, the screen PowerPoint presentation, you see, right, we have different type of audience. Like the business people will be there, the technical people will be there, and sometimes the leads, the super users. Normally we call them as super users, like who will be having the total kind of understanding here. So there is a chance if they do something in connectivity issues, if they do something wrong, so that is the reason. So here whatever they want to see, right, they want to see. So they don't want to make any changes with respect to this connectivity issue, because connectivity like it will not help everyone to give the information in a proper way.
Okay.
So that is the reason they are maintaining this connectivity issues as part of the admin with respect to the information steward. And then what we try to do is we will maintain this activity as separately. We will don't what we say include them into this one. So that might be the main reason actually, because in the case of data stores, in the case of BODs, right, for each individual local user, it will be accessed by the only one people. He will be the accountability for everything, right? But in the case of information steward, if you see, like we can see like a lot of people will come and see the information, right? So what happens is sometimes there is no chance, like so that is the reason even the in the admin activities also, whenever we try to create the roles and responsibilities for the function people, um, let me open the CMC so that you'll get a more idea on this one. Okay, I was saying the different types of purpose. So why this purpose is important is like which type of profiling we are doing, like which type of connection we are using, whether it's a data profiling or failed data rules. So this type of information will be there. And apart from this information, we have this concept called user security also. So why this user security is important is, so as I said, you right, super users. So super users are the guys like who will be taking care of the administrator. So we will just assign this um, administrator to this particular user, so that he will can able to access everything. So this type of activity cannot be done by anyone, like only one people from one team. So that might be the reason, the exact reason which they want to see, like to make sure they want to separate this type of what we say a creation part separately, and seeing the data separately. You there?
Yes.
Okay. Any like any doubts, or are you clear,
No.
Manoj?
Yeah, fine for me.
Okay. What is the doubt? You said something.
No, I'm good with that. Yeah.
So like that will be the like main difference. So they don't want to include so many things. So the main, I think, if you see the screen, right? So it is like very simple. Like what are the things which are there? Right? These are the only things which we want to learn with respect to the information steward. They don't want to like more complicate on this, because that part, right? That is a tool actually. So we have we can maintain all this information, but this is an web URL, right? So might be it is not supporting that connectivity issues. So we can think in that way also, right?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So like today's like kind of task for you is like just try to create at least a dummy tables, like what we say, um, just like a hands-on for you. So in case if you're using the same login, I will just go to the projects, create a one project for like for you and for the Panshu also. So this is the option, create data insert project. If you click on this one, it will ask for the project name, PRG underscore or whatever you like. You create yourself, one for you and one for you, Dipanshu. So once it is done, you just go to the information steward, click on refresh. Automatically your projects will be able to see. Once it is done, try to create some connections, or else just to try to see the videos, or else just try to see the one which you have created. Once it is done, you can see the list of options which are available. Just try to import a couple of tables, and then what you try to do is like get the Excel sheets, or else some tables. I know a couple of tables, so that's why I took it randomly. Or else like you are good with SQL, right? Just try to create a tables with respect to your own criteria, and create the databases for yourself, create the tables for yourself. Once it is done, just try to get these, create the connections, because in the server, the username and password will be the same for each and every one, right? So once it is done, just try to get, just like be yourself, and make sure like once you click on the workspace, right? So it should have, one second. So it should have their details with respect to the files and with respect to the tables. Not all the tables, just to get a proper hands-on, because talking is simple, understanding is a little bit difficult, but making those them is like little bit more, because first classes, right? Once you get little bit more hands-on in this one, the next classes when we start working on like profiling or else the uh, rules, right? It will be very good for you, because if you start at that point, right, it will not be in a proper sync way. Let me steps. Okay, so this will give you what the task for tomorrow is: create the project, create the database, create the uh, connections. In this connection, one is for data profiling. Sorry, data profiling. Next one is field data. Next one is file connection. Create two file formats. write file and Excel file. Create flight formats. File formats. Import them into IS. So this will be in the CMC. This will be in the SSMS, the SQL part. This will be in the CMC. This will be in the CMC. This will be in the server, like creating your files. And then this will be in the IS. This will be in the IS. So once it is done, right, keep your status as C, like if it is gets completed. Okay. Any doubts? I will send it like after the completion of this class. Somehow it is not getting copied. I will make it manual again for you.
Thank you. I will try both options.
Yeah. So same
Okay.
with you. Yeah, Dipanshu also.
Yeah.
Can you please repeat? I didn't follow.
No. I'm just asking. Make sure you complete these activities for like by tomorrow, so that everyone will be on the same path.
Okay.
Yeah, these are very simple. Like just spend like half an hour. I think
Sure.
this activities. So there is no like scripting, so that it will get easy for you.
Just a moment.
Hello, Chandra.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. See, the class is over or?
Yes, it is. No, Dipanshu was saying something, so I was just waiting for that.
No, I said you were saying something. Just repeat. I got it. It's nothing.
Okay. So yeah, that is for this today's class. So like make sure like we are up to the mark. That's the only thing I was about to say.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you.